The Friends reunion has come and gone, but we're still not over it. Seeing our 6 buddies reunite after 2 long decades was like something out of a dream. Until it wasn't. Shockingly, the reunion wasn't as perfect as we'd hoped because, let's face it, something important was missing. Or rather, someone. Where the heck were Paul Rudd and Cole Sprouse? The most enviable guest list in Hollywood history. Over 10 seasons, Friends had some of the most impressive cameos and guest appearances in 90s television. From Bruce Willis and Julia Roberts to Brad Pitt and Danny DeVito, there seemed to be few A-listers who didn't make a cameo on the show. So, of course, the first question many of us had after When the Heck Will It Happen was who would be joining the gang on that special night. And the Friends writers pulled out all the stops. When the casting was finally announced, it looked more like the guest list to a Hollywood party. The 18 guest stars included David Beckham, Justin Bieber, BTS, Cindy Crawford, Cara Delevingne, Lady Gaga, Kit Harington, Mindy Kaling, and Reese Witherspoon, among others. But just like a party, there were snubs, and our hearts broke because 2 important supporting cast members who played family of the main gang didn't make the cut. Phoebe's husband, Mike Hannigan, and Ross's son, Ben, were nowhere to be seen. So, where were Paul and Cole? Somebody has some explaining to do, and we're not the only ones who think so. Naturally, when fans saw that Phoebe's happy ending and Ross's mini-me wouldn't feature in the special episode, they plagued the Friends director, Ben Winston, for answers. Amazingly, he delivered. Kind of. There's a reason they didn't appear, but it's not great. With all the saltiness these 2 absences started, Ben Winston had no choice but to give fans what they wanted, an answer. In an interview with The Wrap, the director opened up about why some actors wouldn't appear in the revival. Even though he didn't mention anyone by name, we have zero doubt that he was talking about Paul and Cole. Are you ready for the reason? According to Ben, it's all a matter of logistics. After reminding fans that the show only had an hour and 45 minutes to fit in as much as they could, he explained that the most important aspect of the episode was the 6 original cast members. Right, so we'll just ignore the fact that the guest stars outnumbered the cast by 3-1. But that's not the entire reason. It turns out that just getting the original cast together at the same time was a nightmare to organize. Ben elaborated, "It's really hard to get everybody where you want to be. It was one night that those 6 main cast members were available. The timing of it was incredibly difficult, so if you weren't available on the 17th of April at 8 p.m., then sadly, they weren't able to be a part of it." Wait, what? Everything was filmed in just one day? That's news to us. But it might be true. According to a couple of different sources, the show was filmed during April 2021, which kind of makes it sound like the cameras were rolling for more than just 24 hours. Then again, no specific dates are mentioned for filming. Talk about bombshell admissions. And there's more. The casting team at HBO had a pretty hard time choosing exactly who would appear in the special feature. After all, there were hundreds of amazing people in Friends over the years. The director added, "We did invite some people who weren't able to make it. It's a complicated time to be making television because some people couldn't fly internationally, some people were on other TV or film shoots. Sadly, we couldn't get everybody in." Right. Instead of clearing up the matter, Mr. Winston's answer has actually raised more questions because now it's unclear if Paul and Cole were just unavailable for filming at that super specific time or whether the pandemic stopped them returning. Maybe it was something else entirely. Lucky for you, we know the answer. Both actors are pretty hot right now. Paul Rudd is a busy bee, or should we say ants? Currently, he's preparing for Marvel Studios' Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania, which is set to start filming in July. But what was he up to in April, when the Friends reunited? A hell of a lot, it seems. Apart from working on Ghostbusters Afterlife, a Disney Plus series called What If, and reuniting with Will Ferrell for an Apple TV series called The Shrink Next Door, he's also been producing a comedy called Party Down Revival. Whoa, I need to take a breath. And Cole Sprouse isn't just sitting around gathering dust either. In addition to filming Riverdale, the young actor has signed a deal to produce a second film for Lionsgate after his production debut wowed the company in 2019. He's also busy starring in a sci-fi romance called Moonshot, which makes us wonder when he has time to sleep. With such busy schedules, it seems both actors had no choice but to pass up the Friends filming window in April. But is that the whole reason? Way back in 2019, Paul Rudd let us in on a secret that might just explain his absence. The actor admitted to Graham Norton that his time on the show was surreal, but that it gave him a little bit of imposter syndrome.
I was in the last episode, which made no sense to me whatsoever. And I thought, I'm not supposed to be here. And I would, to kind of break the ice, I would just go over and say, oh, we did it, huh? What a ride.
But even though this joke fell flat, it summed up what the actor felt. But it was never his show. Paul elaborated, in something like Friends, the show was about them. I was only in it for just a blip. I felt, I'm like a prop on this show. It's not about Mike Hannigan. And maybe that feeling of being unimportant is the real reason Paul Rudd didn't return. We seriously hope not, because his busy schedule definitely proves that he's more than just a prop. Although for some fans, it's not guaranteed that he wasn't there. You might just not have seen him. So, what about Cole? Well, this is a little tricky. It seems that his absence might be more emotional. Maybe he didn't come back because of a broken heart. Okay, not entirely. The actor admitted that when he landed the role of Ben, which was the first time he didn't share the screen with his twin brother, he had a major crush on a cast member. It was so bad it affected his performances. So, who was the lucky lady? As Cole admitted, I'm pretty sure I fell in love with Jennifer Anniston.
Yeah, I remember feeling so intimidated by my crush on her that I completely blanked and forgot every single one of my lines. One of the crew members, it was one of the cameramen, you guys know who you are, just goes, "That little boy's got a crush!" Broke me.
Of course.
And while we can totally understand having a crush on Jennifer Aniston, we're hoping it wasn't really the reason Cole didn't make the trip down memory lane. For another fix of Friends, check out our other reunion videos. Until then, who were you hoping to see at the Friends reunion? Let us know in the comments below, and stay awesome!